Nope.
All right. Hello, YouTube. If you guys don't already know who I am, my name is Jessica. I usually go by Jess. And on all my socials, you probably know me as Jess Kimchi Reads. Kimchi because kimchi is a Korean dish. It's a banchan, and I am half Korean. So there's that, if you guys wanted to know. Today, we are filming our first YouTube videos. And yes, plural, I did do one before this, actually. Even though this is going to be the first one posted, I recorded my first video before this one. So I won't share what that is yet. And I do apologize. I'm still recovering from a little cold. I do probably sound a little nasally, and I have a lot of heavy breathing still happening. So I will do my best to edit this out. But today we are going to do the booktube newbie tag. I found some commonly answered questions that other booktubers do using this tag, so we are going to go through those today. The very first question is, why did you start this channel? I love creating content, and I really wanted to go back to my entertainment roots and do something more meaningful with that knowledge and information. Some people like to take pictures or journal to reflect on their life and their days. I have a knack for recording myself sharing opinions that nobody asked for and hoping that other people feel the same way. So that is why I thought I would do that in the bookish space. I've always been in the gaming industry, and I was a gaming content creator for the longest time, but since I had a kid, there had been no time to remove myself and play video games, so it was really hard to continue to create content. And trying to find a new hobby, I was told by TikTok that reading is the hot girl hobby to pick up. And so, me being a hot girl, picked it up. The second question is, when did you start reading? My daughter will be turning 2 next week, actually, so happy early birthday to her. So that makes it about 2 years ago. It was after she was born, and I realized I couldn't keep up gaming. In my woes, while I was in the trenches, The Summer I Turned Pretty was on Amazon Prime, and I binged it. I said I love this. Went to social media, wanted to see what other people were saying about The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I saw there was a lot of discourse on Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah, and a lot of people were using the books as part of their defense. And so I was like, oh yeah, I could probably read this series in a book. Why don't I try that? So I had asked my husband for my birthday for a Kindle, and he delivered, but he was very hesitant because he was like, I've never seen you read before, read for fun. Are you actually going to use this? I was like, yeah, of course I am. And I proved him wrong. I mean, look behind me. I've proved him I've proved him so wrong. But I decided I had to read the series by Jenny Han to determine for myself if Conrad or Jeremiah, to determine which one was better, right? Who do you think I'm rooting for? Leave a comment down below if you think I'm Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad. And if you want to wait till the end of this video to figure out the vibes, I'm all for it, but I'm so curious to know what vibes I give off. Anyway, The Summer I Turned Pretty is kind of what got me into reading. The third question is, why do you love reading? There was a time when I was younger where I loved reading, and actually I only read YA romance books, and that was it. They were the only things that really kept me distracted and involved, and I just was a lovesick teenager. I wanted to have a childhood friends to lovers moment, right? Except I had no childhood friends like that, so that was literally impossible. I always wished I had an older brother that was a couple years older than me that had a best friend, and then we could live out that fantasy, but it was not possible, so I lived out my fantasies through the books that I read. I loved reading, but then hated the academic side of it, and so literally, if we were supposed to read something in school, I was not about it. Obviously, that has changed over the years as you mature and life happens and experiences happen. I do not feel that way. I would love to go back and read the classics, to reread them as an adult, to have a newfound appreciation for them, because I think it's important. Because there's a reason we were reading those books in schools, okay? This is a whole other topic that I'm not going to get into, but read banned books. Anyway, the question was, why do I love reading? The TLDR is that it's just a really good escape, right? It seems like the bookish community and book talk really exploded during/after COVID. And so it's not just me that feels this way. I'm sure a lot of people are finding out reading any kind of book. It doesn't have to be romance. It doesn't have to be fantasy. It could be all nonfiction, books of history type books, biographies, autobiographies. Just reading anything as a form of entertainment is such a good way to keep your mind working and to keep yourself in a good headspace, I think. It's better than scrolling on your phone, watching brain rot videos and brain rot media nowadays. You know what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of people like reading. The fourth question is, what book or series got you into reading? Obviously, I talked about The Summer I Turned Pretty, the series by Jenny Han, but don't hate me for this. I know. Don't hate me. It was Fourth Wing. Around that time, everybody was nonstop talking about Fourth Wing on TikTok. And I was like, okay, I'll just buy it and see what it's about. And then it sat on my TV stand for like 3 months because it was just a thick boy, okay? And I was a little overwhelmed. As a girl just getting back into reading, you know, I'm reading these teenage romances, will they, won't they kind of things. And then you give me a book that thick about fantasy, dragons and stuff. I was not that I wasn't not about it, or not that I wasn't about it, but it took me a little bit, okay? And then one day I was like, let's just see what it's about. I'm gonna sit down and read it. And I read, okay? I ate that shit up, which is why it's on its own shelf right now, honestly. I was like, I remember enjoying my YA teen romances, but adult romances, and yet throw in some badass dragons in there, and some fighting, and a girl that can defy all opinions about her. Ate it. So then after Fourth Wing, the momentum picked up. I created a Twitter account to find other bookish people and get some more book recs. And then I found the Mindfuck series, and that series itself, in my opinion, deserves its own video from me. Honestly, I might do a read through and do like a whole thing. I don't even want to say analysis because I'm not wanting to look at it from that angle, but just like my feelings about it. It's just such a good book / series, and it just altered my brain chemistry. And I think that's what really propelled me into reading. Was I was just like, authors are so amazing. Like the way your brain works, how you can tie these things together. You plant this one seed 10 chapters in, and then when you're in chapter 30, you're like, holy shit, that's what that thing was. I would love to write a book. I actually started conceptualizing one and I think I'm like 3 chapters in. I don't know how many words. I don't know. I'm just writing for fun, right? I would love to write a book, but then I read books like the Mindfuck series and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't give somebody that same feeling. I would love to. That would be my goal as an author. You know what I mean? But this is a long-winded answer for just saying that my favorite series, it is my favorite series, but I guess the original question was, let me refer to my notes. What book or series got you into reading? It started with The Summer I Turned Pretty, then I got into Fourth Wing, and then it was the Mindfuck series. And that perfect storm of things is what got us here today. Question number 5 is, what are the vibes that you're bringing to the table? Honestly, if it isn't already obvious, it's pure chaos. A lot of the bookish space is like cozy and cute, and girl, I'm nothing like that. And so I'm hoping that I can find more people. You know, I enjoy watching cozy content, don't get me wrong, and cozy content creators are amazing. We all need that calm in our life, you know, but we also need that chaos. And so I'm hoping to give that to you. I was writing down notes for this video and I just thought it would be funny to share. For question number 5, here is what I had written. Imagine Brittany Broski energy, but channeled into an introvert that cares too much about what people think, so they don't know what to do with all of that energy. That's me. So if you're about that, hit that subscribe button, baby. Question number 6 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think, honestly, it's going to be sharing my opinions, and not sharing my honest opinions, because I'm gonna always be honest with you, but it's just actually doing it. I read and rate books based on vibes. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to find the symbolism. I will mention symbolism. I know what that is, right? It's not like I'm uneducated, but like, I'm reading for enjoyment. I mostly read just romance books or romantic-y books, and so I'm reading for the vibes, for the feeling, the emotion, or sometimes it's just a fun little book and I give it 5 stars. Like, that's totally fine. But as I mentioned in my previous answer, I am chaotic, and so if things seem like they don't make sense, they probably don't, but that's going to be okay, because that's just me. And with that, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Obviously, I will respect anybody who gives my 5-star read a 1 star, or I would hope that that somebody gave a book 5 stars and I have never rated a book 1 star. I rated one 2 stars, but I would hope that if there were differences in opinions that we could just be friendly about it. And I would love to know why you think differently, and maybe that would give me a new perspective on it. But we're all just here vibing. We're all just here learning from each other and going through life. So I think the biggest thing is just, for me, a challenge is going to be not caring. Also, the other thing that's going to be challenging is keeping up on videos, because I care too much and I get in my head. And when I get in my head, I don't record videos. But I have a lot of things I could share with you guys. So yeah, I don't know, just be patient with me and I will try my best and we will get through this together. Question number 7 is, what does your book collection look like? My book collection is right behind me. There are 2 more shelves, like one on each bookcase, that are out of frame right now. And then I think that's most of them. Obviously, there's a lot behind me too, but I do have a long list of books that I have read and I need to get as trophies to put on my bookshelves, but I needed more space first before I could do that, because I had literally a stack of books that didn't have anywhere to go. And so I literally just built these bookcases yesterday. But for now, this is the setup, and more info on that coming soon. The last question that I have is, what are you most excited about for this channel? I'm just excited to get back into creating content, and I really hope that at least 1 or 2 people find this to be entertaining. Everyone has their own unique life experiences, and I just hope that there's something about me or my videos that's relatable to somebody out there. I also just want to be genuine in the content, right? Like, I don't want to be dishonest about anything, whether it be my opinions about books, in my reviews, my ratings, potential future sponsorships or partnerships or anything like that. I think when I was in the gaming space, if you guys are familiar or if you're not, it's very clout driven. Like, you want to be popular, you want to be famous, you want to be well liked, and you're going to do anything to get that. You have a sponsorship opportunity from this random brand you know nothing about, you're just going to take it because at least it's something, right? I don't want to do that in the bookish space. Every partnership, sponsorship opportunity, brand deal, whatever the case may be, I want it to be services or products that I would actually use or I already use. I'm not doing this for the money. You know what I mean? I don't have a goal to quit my job to do this. This is just fun for me to do, and I hope that's coming off, and I hope that that comes off in future videos. And I just really just want to be a genuine presence on YouTube, which is honestly kind of hard to find sometimes, but I think that's just really important to, I don't know, for me to say it in this video. And so then if I ever seem like I'm kind of running off the tracks a little bit, y'all clip this, send it back to me and be like, Jess, remember where you came from. And it's going to be this, Jenny from the block, you know? Anyway, as chaotic as that was, I think this video is long enough. Hopefully these questions give you a little better of an idea about who I am. I've been gripping this mic so tight because I'm so nervous. My hand, like, there's literally, fun fact, do I need to, yeah, I probably should talk into the mic, right? Fun fact, look at this. The mic holder has dragon scales, and I have dragon scales on my hand. Not really, but kind of in my palm from holding this so tight. I don't know. I like holding something more substantial than just like the little tiny mic pack. So this is the vibe. Somebody go back and do a vibe count for me. How many times did I say the word vibe, including that just now? I would love to know. If there is anything else that you guys would like to know about me, please let me know in the comments below. And I'm so looking forward to getting more videos out to you guys. I've had so many ideas of what I wanted to do, like a list of ideas, and I'm just ready to go. I'm finally doing it, getting my feet wet, jumping in. I'm just ready to do this. Thank you guys for having me. I think that's my time. Please remember, y'all are kind, beautiful, and loved, and I will see you again soon. Bye.